You're a screenwriter and the holidays are coming up. There's one thing that I want you to think about going into the holidays and spending time with your family or going back to your hometown and seeing people that you may or may not want to see or may not treated you weird in high school or whatever the situation that may be a little awkward. When the holiday season comes up, there's one thing I want you to think about. This is an episode of my podcast, Storyteller Therapy, where over the course of the podcast, I talk about storytelling, whether it's documentaries, screenwriting, filmmaking, but usually from the emotional point of view, how to navigate it, how to make your very best work. And this episode in particular talks about how to gain the emotional bravery needed to write your best screenplay ever, because that's what it takes to win an Oscar. That's what it takes to win an Emmy. That's what it takes to write and create your best work ever. It's going to be getting to that emotional bravery that you need to dig deep down inside and tell the truth about the human experience. Tells what it feels like to be you, and only you know that. So a lot of times when it comes to a screenplay, when we actually get to the page and we get to writing, there's that block, there's that emotional block that pauses us from really going there and digging in deep and telling the absolute truth, the unadulterated truth about our experience. That's going to be what other people are going to identify when they see it on the screen, and that's what's going to get you that award and move your career forward. So the big block that usually happens is us protecting ourselves from having to re-experience that. But thank God for the trauma of being around our family. This holiday season, first of all, I want you to go back on this episode. It's episode 16, Storyteller Therapy, wherever you find podcasts. So this is Apple Podcasts, but it's also on Spotify. It's everywhere, okay? So the thing is, when you go spend time with your family this holiday season, I want you to start taking notes. And I really learned this from when my father took me to see Fame way back in the day. Fame. I saw it on stage, and there's this one part of the musical where there's this whole song that they go into called Remember This Emotion. So there's this like big thing that happens, this traumatic thing. And one of the characters is devastated. The other character says, remember this emotion. I'm not even going to try to sing it because I'm not a singer. I'm a theater nerd, but I'm not a singer. Remember this emotion. So when you spend time with your family this holiday season and you experience something that triggers a thought, a memory, a feeling, whether good or bad, it doesn't have to be negative. I want you to take out your notes app and write down that exact emotion of how you feel. Write down maybe a little bit of the dialogue or a little bit of what was said, and just put it away. Just put it away. Forget about it. And then when you get back to wherever you live, when you get back to the mindset, your regular scheduled program after the holidays, I want you to revisit, remember this emotion. Because when you look at it, you're going to remember how you felt in that moment. And those are the moments. Those are the lines of dialogue. Those are the words that you heard, that maybe that you overheard, the feeling that you remember having. Those are the things that are going to go in your script. And I promise you, this will help tell your most compelling story ever. I hope this helps. Happy writing.